real song, man. Check it out. Alright, when the judge in front of you, prosecutors painting pictures and it's bad. I know I'll be sitting down for a minute. I knew I would've lost the trail too, cause of shit that they knew. Man, I guess it's how it sound when they stitching. I ain't joking, do it sound like a kid.
I woke up this morning, was born out in Kingston and leaving Jamaica abroad, not to England. Oi! 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 Yeah, my people, yo, this is refreshing, frightening, and a mixture of all type of mixed emotion, comes with this. But I had to say refreshing first because, after watching it, trust me, I had last night, I had done covered a vlog on Fetty Wap, right? Because he went live and he displays some of his new music from his new album coming up, right? He has some project in the pipeline that's about to burst out. Because they say water pressure bust pipe. And trust me, Fetty Wap is coming with it. I'm going to upload it. But anyhow, last night when I had finished the vlog, I don't have much internet data. So I don't know how much of you guys can send me any data. I need some data now. I won't be able to have any data till tomorrow when my bank account is full. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so that's why I never put out that Fetty Wap. Right now, today is Thursday morning. Okay, it's Thursday morning. Okay, and I done the Fetty Wap vlog last night when he went live in his studio with his boys. You know what I mean? His team. So now I'm seeing this. And then after I completed the vlog of Fetty Wap last night, I had I had went on Instagram and scroll out Instagram just to check notification and see what's popping there. And I saw that someone captured the same live that I had captured of Fetty Wap. However, theirs were much shorter. I hopped on Fetty Wap live much earlier and started screen recording, so I have more goodness and quality to share from that live that Fetty Wap had share, and that person who uploaded their screen recording of Fetty Wap's live have garnered many views already. I wanted to put mine out, but I'm glad I never put it out because now I'm seeing this and the universe is working with me for a purpose. And I'm glad that my our local artist here in Jamaica, Popcaan, because you can see his name. He's one of the artists who like this post, and I'm glad that Popcaan, out of all person, seeing this post here, right? Because Jamaica, we are known to be this homophobic, culture that we had been brought up in, and we are a part of. A lot of our mentality is wired to believe that we should be homophobic, and it is right to the most extreme level. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be saying that gays should die here in Jamaica. And I mean, it was way worse back in the days when I was a boy, but now, gays are free to do what they want to do. I'm not saying that there aren't people here that will hurt them, but, people are not so much aggravated like they once was, but there are people all over social media, especially Jamaicans, who they make these homophobic content to rile up that fire in people to get all brutal against the gay community, which I'm not homophobic. I'm not with that because I've have to work with gays in the workplace, and we work just well. There were gays in my school. I've been coming across gay people from I was a child. So I mean, like, if you are an adult and you get so annoyed and so heated and so hurt about people being gay, then you've obviously failed to mature, you know what I mean? Because you won't ever get rid of it, you know what I mean? You won't ever get rid of it, just as though we won't really can seem to get rid of murderers, rapists, child molesters, and all these other things that many people don't like, you know what I mean? Bad mind is the number one thing I don't like. Hateful, jealous people. That's my number one hate. I hate people who hate people who haven't hate them. You know, like you hate someone who haven't come across you, who have done no harm to you. You know what I mean? Who, yeah, like people who are jealous. You know, you want what they have. Those are the worst type of people in my book. You know what I mean? That I want to stay far from, because I've been to school with gays. I've been to workplaces, work with gays, you know. So like I don't see, and these people that are so homophobic, exercising these vengeance, anger against the gay community here in Jamaica or all over the world, because Jamaicans are scattered, you know what I mean, all over the world now and things. So for those people to be like that, you know, it shows a lack of maturity, as I said. And you know, I don't know, like, if you know, like, how are they planning to manage? Like, are they planning to pull off some crime and then end up in jail, or they're trying, because like these are the extremists we're talking about, people who believe that the boom bye bye and all gays should die, you know what I mean? And they don't really have problem here with the lesbians, you know what I mean? It's just the gay guys and thing, you know. So yeah, basically, you know, Jamaica, yeah, Jamaica, that's the whole thing that we're facing. But as I said, it's way more safer now for gays to move throughout Jamaica and do their thing, you know, without all that backlash. Because people will more quicker to rant and more comfortable ranting on the internet than they actually will do in reality. So in reality, these same people who are ranting on the internet about being homophobic and is exercising and displaying themselves of anger and vengeance against gay people, they won't behave the same in public for like majority of them, you know what I mean? Whenever they come across them. So in this video now, we see where yeah, so the reason why I brought up all that thing, because yeah, Popcaan, right? Popcaan, he has that like homophobic tendency too, you know, but we can't blame him because it's a culture we were brought up in. And you know, Popcorn never got the chance to travel as I did from such a younger age to explore the world out there, you know. So it may still take Popcorn a little more time to come around. Even though I'm sure Popcorn isn't homophobic outside of Jamaica, especially around the celebrities, the international ones, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that Popcorn really came across this post to see how cruel women can be, you know what I mean? Because you are about to find out just what this video entails, okay? So we're gonna get into it right now. And as I said, I'm glad Popcorn came across this just to know that you know, women can be you know, toxic, like to a point of fatality. You know what I mean? Sonia Blade. Yeah, fight. So anyway, you know, Popcorn, he has his boys around him, you know, his team. And you know, we've seen him just met up with his sister after 5 long years, you know, and they had hugged for like a long period of time, you know, which was a good thing for the internet. But I think like his sister was being extra, you know, hugging him like that. I believe she was hugging him so long. Y'all can find the video of Popcorn, like what's the term, reuniting with his sister, even though I think there's a better term I'm searching for, not reuniting but somewhat. um you know, they they have joined each other again finally. In a long time haven't seen each other, you know, for 5 years, over 5 years I would say. So Yeah, she was there like she was hugging him for so long. And he realized that she started the long hugging process thing. So at one point when she let go, he kept on holding her and she just went back and hugged him tight and for so long. Because I mean, like, she doesn't have that fame, that level of fame where, the vloggers gonna talk about every single thing that she do. They will talk about every single post she make, especially the ones like that's like a clapback or throwing shades at someone for the, critics and all the gossip people and vloggers and the fans. They love those type of stories, so the vloggers will run with those things from her. But she doesn't have that level of fame like her brother for the vloggers to have her name every day in the vlogs, and I think that she wants that because she's a female. And she, as I said, they weren't exposed to the traveling and a lot of things from a tender age as I was exposed to the traveling, and things. So I think they're still like excited about a lot of the the high lifestyle, and yeah. So that's basically it. Well, let's get into this.
Man, her high. So she can't get me, trying to get me to rob the. She like the got his chain on him. He got his jewelry. I got his guns. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. So I'm like, man, I ain't finna rob Fetty Wap. I ain't finna take nothing from that man. Like, he seemed like I met him. He seemed like a player to me. You feel me? So I ain't wanna do it. So she get mad. Bitch ass, you scary, you ass. Bitch, I ain't scared. Like, why I'ma rob this man for? Like, you wildin', bitch. That hoe is that hoe got a problem, bro. And cause I ain't wanna rob Fetty Wap for her, she started talking shit. So I never with her again. I gave my bro her number, and he started that bitch. To try to get me to rob Fetty Wap part, it's like that girl crazy, and that's dangerous. I would never want to deal with no woman like that. They get mad at and try to get a nigga to set me up. Like, what if I was a hoe ass nigga and I was broken? I was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Cause she showed through the play out there. She showed through it out there. Like, so it like, if I was a hoe ass nigga, I was mad any type of way. Like, this when Fetty Wap was hot at the time. You feel me? So if I was a hoe ass nigga any type of way, like, man, she just tell me, man, he in the house. He got the key, the door unlocked. You can go in there. He got his watches on. I got both of his guns. I took them from him, so he don't got no gun. I'm like, man, this hoe out of line. Bro, I'm scared of you, mama. Because, like, listen, I don't want nobody to do me like that. Fetty Wap at her house.
Yeah, well, this is a good dude, and those are the things I talk about. These are the things I talk about. Talk about on my channel every day, teaching my audience how to differentiate and distinguish, and how to know the devil's people from God's people, because life is all about good versus evil. God's people versus the devil's people. You know what I mean? But the earth is mixed up with good people linking with evil people. And that is why we see the girl a couple years ago died in Mexico, the good girl who paid for the resort and for her friends to chill in Mexico with her, and they unalived her over there, and they all drive back to the states and or fly back, and they came back to the states without giving the family of the girl, the young lady who, she was the financial strength within their, you know the whole friendship. So, and they snaked her, like they were, it seems as if they were play fighting, but they were actually hurting her. You know what I mean? And it wasn't all of them that was hurting her in that play fight scene that they had recorded, but they had actually unalived her, right? Because of jealousy. And this is what I tell you, that why jealousy is my number one type of people, is the number one type of people I do not want around me. I try to stay far from, and you need to. Just like the same girl also, Johnson, or Kanika Jenkins, right? Who, her own friends that alived her because she had a car her mom's car. She had the privilege, while the other friends of hers had no car. So they had to depend on her. She had the shit that they wanted. You understand? And when you're a friend like that, you have to be mindful of having friends who have nothing. You know what I mean? There are friends who have nothing who aren't jealous. They don't have that jealous spirit and that evil ego leading them. You know what I mean? Leading them astray. You know, and a lot of us, um, for a lot of us, it's easy to not to be jealous of other people's things because our parents made sure that they beat that out of us or teach us well not to be jealous and envious of others. Be thankful for what you got even when it's nothing, right? And you'll definitely get blessing because every day is blessing and curse. Another day, another blessing and curse. Just be patient and wait for your big blessing and try to do something that could call that blessing or attract that blessing or gravitate that blessing. You know what I mean? And you don't even have to do nothing to get blessed in this earth. But you also doesn't have to do nothing to get cursed and to get like bad luck, you know what I mean? Or to experience some of the worst things, like getting hit by a car or something. You know what I mean? Something bad can happen to you as well as something good. So you just got to hope and keep your fingers crossed for something good, but try to endure all the bad that come at you and you'll definitely see success. Believe me. You know what I mean? And you'll get small blessing and you could use that small blessing and turn it into something big. You don't have to get a big blessing to become something successful. You know what I mean? So these are the things I talk about on my channel, and this guy is good. And in the comments, the people are going crazy. Like a lot of people, majority of the people in the comments are rooting for this guy and for Fetty Wap. And that is what I had spoke about in my vlog about Fetty Wap last night. I made it clear that Fetty Wap was a good dude, right? I made it clear that he's not the evil one. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come with their conspiracy theory about his one eye and all of that, attaching or aligning him or his name to the cult like the devil and the satanic thing, but there are good people who do bad stuff, you know what I mean? And there's a very thin line, and I speak about this a lot on my channel, so you may want to delve through my channel to catch up on a lot that I've been educating, you know what I mean? So I don't really want to go into all that intricacies right now, because I want to make this short. As I said, I need some data, some internet. My internet's about to finish, run out, you know what I mean? So let me just check out the comments. So y'all heard what he said that Fetty Wap baby mama, he's talking about Fetty Wap baby mom, right? That she wanted this guy here, you heard talking, that she wanted him to rob her baby daddy Fetty Wap. He's the one who sing. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Sit your pretty ass on us again with the door. I love the girl that designed for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. She a track queen. You see, he introduced her to her stove, he made her rich. I'm like, you know, bitch, right? He done all these things for his trap queen, only for her to repay him by trying to set up the rapper with her side dude, you know what I mean? And she's telling her side dude that she's got Fetty Wap guns and his door is unlocked and he could just come in and there's watches and all type of jewelry. And she's actually inviting another man to come unalive her baby daddy, the father of her kids. And a lot of women do these things, and the comment of a lot of people talking about these things. And all these things are in the news as well every day. It's nothing strange for me. I know for some of you it is, and a lot of people are glorifying her, because they glorify negativity, you know what I mean? So this is why those are the bad people, and the fans, a lot of fans are devil fans, and they align themselves with the devil artists. They don't care what snake these devil artists snake their friends. They find it funny, you know what I mean, and all of that, So yeah, you just got to know. There's a thin line to that as well. Because Pooh Shiesty is a good guy and he's known as a snake, but he don't snake his friends. So I go through all of that too on my channel, so you might want to check it out. Let us go into the comments here. Because I don't want y'all to be thinking that I'm a hypocrite. Like, how do I not like people who snake people, but yet you like Pooh Shiesty and he's known as a snake, telling his grandma that, saying his grandma told him to keep his grass low, but the whole time he was a snake. You know what I mean? FDO, first day out, walk out the fed, jumped out the jail, caught them, and do it, jump out the bunk bed. Yeah. So, yeah, we got some people saying, good choice, young man. The more men expose these bitches, the more balanced this world will be. But are you even known for robbing? And that comment got 109 like. This is an evil person. I am Akbar V. There you go. That's an evil person. I am Akbar is the name of a demon, a popular demon, right? Akbar. If y'all study like the necromancy and all those things, that big demon book called the Necro. Y'all go check out the big demon book. Necro forgot what it's called. Let me see what it's called. Devil book. Devil book. Necro Necronomicon. Right? The Necronomicon. All you need to know about the world most dangerous book. Look, here in Jamaica, I had a friend who had a devil book. Okay, like a lot of Jamaica has um what would you say? We've had a lot of items from the centuries ago, right, that are discovered here in Jamaica. Old item. Um, there was this viral video of a soldier, right, here in Jamaica who had a sword with a Baphomet head on it. And you could tell that it's a very powerful sword. The steel, the metal that was used to make it wasn't it nothing normal. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mysterious and sacred, you know what I mean, things here in Jamaica that have been discovered here, that have been brought here. You know what I mean? So yeah. So one of my friend had a devil book, right? And he shared it with one of his friend. But the owner of the book here in Jamaica, he was afraid to open it, right? However, he had invited one of his friend over. I don't I'm not I wasn't in contact with this friend. However, it it was big because my friend who had the book lived in my community, you know what I mean, and he never opened the book. He knew how serious the powers of the book was. But once he invited one of his friends over and he told him about the book and he brought the book out for the guy then opened the book and he started to read it for the whole day. And he wasn't even skipping any pages. You know what I mean? Like much. So you could tell that he never read much of the book because that is what my friend who lived in the community who had the book had told me, right? And his friends at that time also bear witness about it. And the guy who read the book, his pupil turned to the side of his head, like in one of his eye, the pupil just turn and it stays like that forever. It never come back looking forward. His pupil just turn, and the book, like he says that the person who he got it from knew a few things about it and had warned him that it must not be read from front to the back. It must be read from a certain page to another. You have to know how to read it. You can't read it from the front to the back. You know what I mean? I think it probably have to read from the back to the front or from somewhere. There's a first page. You got to open the book to read that first page, sorry, and follow the instruction through. And it's not easy to follow because it comes with a lot of signs and things like that. It also talks about catching a black cat and how to get it to work for you and those type of things. You know what I mean? Yeah, catch it in the sun and all type of weird. things, you know what I mean? Because the guy who had read some of it and his eyes had turned sideways, he was the one who told him that, he read about the cat thing and, all type of things. So it's crazy. Yeah, so this guy, I am Akbar, he's saying, but are you even known for robbing? And he's laughing, triple laughing emojis. And why do she want her baby daddy robbed like she used to next level? You know what I mean? So he ain't Almighty Dollar who posted this had to shake his head with, send him those two emojis with a shake my head emoji and I don't know emoji. What that female has no soul. I don't even call her a woman. So they're crazy coming. Men have to stick together and all of that. That Jezebel spirit somehow she view herself as. So it's crazy. The comments be wild, but I'm glad that there are more good in the comment section than the evil people. You know what I mean? So we may have to stop it here right now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother, credit about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother.
He said 2 seconds. Nah. This is too far. The Zoom mixes. Oh, we got a lot of Zoom. I got no sign, man. Right on balance right here, people stop. I'll let y'all handle the song real quick. Let y'all handle the song, right? This is another song, like, check it out. Alright, when the judge in front of you, prosecutors painting pictures in his bag. I know I'll be sitting down for a minute. I knew I would've lost the trail too, cause of shit that they knew. Man, I guess it's how it sound when they stitching. I ain't talking, do it sound like a kid. Banger. That's a banger. We got a few things, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot in here, man. It's a lot in here. Y'all get ready, man. Y'all get ready. Got some shit on the way for y'all, man. We here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all too. Fetty Wap. Oh my God. Yeah, that's Fetty Wap. He has been freed some time now. He had been on the Breakfast Club interview. He had made quite a few rounds since he got freed, We've seen Bobby Schmurder been in the joint and made it out, did his 7 year bid, and Fetty Wap got similarly the same amount of years or a little less. Probably, I think Fetty Wap did 6 years. Bobby Schmurder definitely did a little more time than Fetty Wap, I believe. But, time flies the more we approach into the future, you know what I mean? And Bobby Schmurder got locked around 2015, 2014, sometime there. I'm not quite sure. Probably 2016. He came out, Bobby Schmurder came out in like 2021 or so. A little around the time when Von had passed. You know what I mean? And he did that. He released that badass track. Fetty Wap went in the joint for some serious charges too. You know what I mean? Some narcotics shit, yo. That was loaded. Like NBA young boy, like, yo, they be trapping for real, no capping. These niggas be trapping.
And Fetty Wap has one of the biggest song worldwide. One of the biggest song, Trap Queen. You're my trap queen, and they hit the bando. All the money trying to get into my soul. Yeah, the bando. Introduce the money, I get in the bando. I can never let go. For you, baby. I'm in the morning for you, baby. Yeah, I'm driving off for my baby. I'll be in the kitchen cooking bars with my baby. Yeah, and I can rob with my baby. I'll be in the rob with my baby. Yeah, and I can rob with my baby. I'll be in the kitchen cooking bars with my baby. Yeah, that's Fetty Wap. That's a major success. Some call him a one hit wonder, but for those who do that and say that shit, they would love to have a one hit song. Not even as big as Fetty Wap song. They would be more satisfied with just a lesser hit song. Yeah, but Fetty Wap is blessed by God. He's a good dude, you know what I mean? Because we differentiate good celebrities from the bad celebrities, and if you're a good person as a fan, you want to make sure you support the good artists, because a lot of things have been intertwining the wrong way, you know what I mean? Like evil people of the devil are supporting, you know, evil celebrities. So therefore, good fans should not support evil celebrities. You know what I mean? You have to make sure you support the good ones, the good guys like Fiddy's. 50 Cent, and not those other guys who are going against him, because 50 Cent is of God. He is defended by God, against all the devils who are going at him. And that is one of the biggest signs to show you that 50 Cent is God's people. Because all these devils always want to go against God people, and he is one of God's favorite that you see there. I believe Jay-Z is one of God's people as well, and not because of their success, but God always appoint someone of his choice to rule in a barrel of crabs or in a pack of wolves. God will send that sheep to be the mightiest warrior amongst the pack of wolves or beasts. You know what I mean? Yes, because they be humble, but they know when to strike. They're very intelligent because they possess the qualities, the image and likeness of God. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you got to know how to see beyond what the rumors and speculation that may have clouded your judgment that would cause good people to support the evil celebrities. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want to make sure you support good people who are going to do good to help others so the world can become better. You know what I mean? Because if you give your support to evil people, then they won't help to make the world better. You will be helping them to make the world a worse place for the future generation. That's how serious it is. You know what I mean? If you want better, if you want your kid or your child to enter a world that is peaceful and, safe, then you should try to connect with good people, other good people who, possess good qualities that would ensure people you can trust your child with. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's very important you know who to trust, who to support. And Fetty Wap is that guy for us to support. He's a good guy, you know what I mean? But he is not that guy who God chosen to face all the wolves and all the, you know what I mean? Because there's always this one good God guy that all the demons always envy and jealous of. You know what I mean? Just like here in our dancehall space, locally here in Jamaica, everyone is against Vibes Cartel, right? We just seen Vibes Cartel win 2 court cases back to back, right? He won the murder case that they had against him. He was facing life, like 35 to life, right? And we've just seen him beat that lawsuit that was placed by a Trinidad promoter, right? And Vibes Cartel beat that. Now we have a third guy, a vintage artist from back in the days called Grindsman, who wants to sue Vibes Cartel for a song he had done and sang over, right? But change it completely, different style, different melody, different tone, right? Different verses, right? However, Grindsman, the old artist from way back in the days, right? He coming out to sue Vibes Cartel because of Vibes Cartel's success, and they see how wealthy Vibes Cartel is, and that is because he has been chosen, right? And by God, right? And with dancehall, it has been a trend and it has been a part of our culture for every era of new generation of artists to sing over a few old hits to pay homage to the elder artists, right? We've never seen a Jamaican suing another Jamaican artist. We've never seen it for tampering with their song because it's a part of our culture. Now, this is the first we've seen a Jamaican elder artist, right, want to sue another Jamaican artist for paying homage, for paying respect, right? And we as the Gaza fan, Gaza Nation, who are known as Vibes Cartel supporters, right? We as the Gaza Nation refuse for Vibes Cartel to pay over any money with the disrespect that this Grindsman brother and the other Gaza haters, the cartel haters, that they be spewing and running with this topic here. We refuse to have Vibes Cartel pay that man any amount of money because of the approach, right? He tried to embarrass and bring down Vibes Cartel, and we've never seen any Jamaican artist want to sue another Jamaican artist. So it's obviously because of Vibes Cartel's success why this Grindsman and all the Gaza haters are supporting this Grindsman, saying that Vibes Cartel should hand over money. But we say no, not until every other dancehall or reggae artist from Jamaica who have sang over other Jamaicans' old hits, right? Not until they all pay those elder artists who were before them, right? Whose song they had sang over, right? Not until they all pay over all that they had sang over, right? Before Vibes Cartel, before it is okay for Vibes Cartel to pay Grindsman, all the others should pay first, right? Because this is the first we're seeing something like this. But we know Vibes Cartel is a legend and he has always been the first to break a lot of history, groundbreaking history and record setting, trend setting. He's always the first to be or to cause a lot of things, you know what I mean? Or the first to say or the first to do, you know, the first to act. Yeah, so yeah, it's good against evil, God people against the devil's people. That's what I teach, how to differentiate them, how to see through people. Okay? Yes, so make sure if y'all want to learn and get more insight, make sure you continue to um watch my videos, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like to beg subscription or beg viewers or beg anything. Yeah, that's not my style, you know what I mean? So watch at your own will, do as thou will, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm out.